Weren't expecting any new branding until the new moon. You don't think he's a deserter, do you?
Any trouble on the way?
None worth mentioning.
As I was telling Jill, it's worse than I thought. The capital's crawling with soldiers.
And here I am, the deserter come home.
Which is why we'll be taking the back door. Cheer up, you two. Can't think of a safer place in the Empire than a... brothel.
Really? Doesn't seem very private.
So then, how do we proceed?
We'll be using the glass gate. Tonight, just after sunset.
Where the shards are loaded for transport. That is one of the most heavily guarded points in all of Sambrek.
But not the most, which is a start. Besides, I know a shortcut straight to the heart.
A shortcut. And how exactly did you come to know about this fatal chink in the Empire's armor?
Let's just say I may have attempted something similar before. And may have ended up running for dear life after being discovered by Bahamut, but that's not important.
Sid, if the Mother Crystals truly are the cause of the Blight...
If? You wound me, Jill.
What I'm trying to say is, if the powers that be know all of this, why do they sit idle and allow it to continue?
In case you haven't noticed, the God-fearing people of this realm and their pious leaders care for but one thing, themselves. And they'll do whatever it takes to hold on to power. The rest of us are just a means to an end. The moment you raise your voice against them, you're decried as an outlaw, clapped in irons and slung in a cell to rot.
An outlaw.
Whoever controls the crystals controls the realm. But our kind can wield magic without them. To our rulers, we must seem the most convenient of tools. And the most dangerous.
But what makes them think they have the right to use us? To leave us to die when our bodies are spent?
Does a nobleman weep for a broken mug? A torn tunic? Our fate means nothing to them. No, this isn't a battle you can win with words. Believe me, I've tried, but nothing ever gets through. The world is simply not ready to listen. So to hell with talking. If they won't give us a say, we'll decide our fates another way. You can't blame a man for wanting to bring an end to all this, can you?
I can't. But what of all the people you mean to rob of their comforts? Are you happy for them to call you outlaw?
Sid the Outlaw. Ah, that'll do me.
You might at least pretend to take this seriously.
Have a little faith, Jill. Even if you don't think much of my choice of digs. If it means my deeds will be remembered, I'll gladly play the role of villain.
Oops. It was on mute.
But first, we have a gate to crash. And once we're in, there'll be no turning back. So you best make ready. The world won't save itself.
Yep. Sorry about that. That whole scene is hilarious and funny. The fact that you're waiting in a brothel and everything, and all the fact of that. That is hilarious. And John Garrett, good luck with seeing Madam Web, because I know I've heard plenty of horror stories on Madam Web, and the fact that Sony is making its own universe, regardless of if it's flopping, it says quite a lot that they're willing to waste a lot of money. My bad on having it on mute. I just found that hilarious waiting in a brothel. That's hilarious. Once you have reached this point in this portal, you cannot move backwards. You've got guts going to see it, John Garrett. You'll have to tell us how bad or good it is. And shameless plug for John's AEW places. They're getting more violent.
The city guard doesn't take sentry assignment as seriously as you do. This bodes well.
I'll be a first. This may not be such a terrible plan after all.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
Only that your last secret shortcut was nowhere
John's
near as secret as you claim.
recording an exploding barbed wire match, and they're getting out of control.
Life's too short
He
for
says.
perfect plans.
He's an invisible ghost talking through a Discord in one of my ears. He's like the devil on one side, and I've got the angel on the other somewhere.
Clive, my boy,
So I have a devil in my ear weeping the whole time.
challenges offer the opportunity to grow and to change. You must embrace these moments. Allow them to suffuse your heart with a deep sense of fulfillment.
Narrowly escaping death.
Do you have any-
against an enemy is not my idea of fulfillment.
Well, you need the enemy to win every now and then.
Something wrong?
Not at all. Just wondering if the two of you had finished.
With what happens to me in my upcoming...
Planned. Destroy it and the whole thing should come tumbling down.
And if the passage to the inner sanctum is guarded?
Then we embrace the moment and use it to grow and change.
The one that drops Monday is a little bit insane. Gotcha, God and Garrett.
Come on, this way. Trying to stay out of sight.
Obviously.
Don't worry, the passage is empty.
Oh, hearing that voice is giving me a headache, reminding me of all the things that man did. I know. It's motivating me to get that stuff done. To think he ended up in jail with gray hair in less than a year.
Quite empty. Let's get this over with. I swear this passage used to be secret.
Of course it did.
Perfect plans, Clive. Perfect plans. It never stood a chance.
You're welcome.
The main tunnel.
That would be my guess. There are sentries everywhere.
Oh, those horrible mini games that are horror shows. If you have a question for John, answer. I'll pass it through to him, and he'll do it. Does anybody have a request for a match? Of what kind of matches they like?
Captain, to arms, men! And summon the cannoneer at once!
Holy shit, it's a big guy with a gun.
This may be the moment I was talking about earlier.
What have we here? More insects come to be squashed? You will find my mortar and I only too happy to oblige.
To the talker.
Then let's shut him up.
You feel that? Something in there.
Ether. It's ether.
Then we better make this quick.
Funny thing is, the only people that can survive in giant ether floods are branded.
Why won't you die?
Is he?
Bollocks. He's got a Kashik.
Poor wretch.
Save your pity. You'll get none in return. There's nothing left of him but hatred and rage.
Let's end his torment.
I'll never get used to that. Akashic or no, he was still a man. A man who drowned in
Akashic,
ether.
like the Akashic
It's no way
records.
for anyone to go.
Come on.
That is really messed up, because every time I look back, everyone's like, we're not doing anything.
God, duty's a death sentence in this place. Not that Sylvester cares.
Hey, John Gut.
Breathe deep of the blessing, my friends. Who said being a dominant doesn't have its benefits?
Sid, this is an ether flood.
There shouldn't be one here, should there? The workers couldn't survive this.
Well, it wasn't here last time, I can tell you that. Which means we need to be quick. The ether won't hurt us, but I'd rather not find out what it's done to everyone else.
What about the dog? How does the dog not get hurt by ether? Maybe it's USA.
gone. The Eaters laid monsters on them. All we can do now is put them out of their misery.
Isabel said she thought the Empire might be planning to abandon the capital. Could this be why?
She said you could call her Elizabeth. Never mind. If ever there was a reason to up sticks, an ether flood would be it. Fuck me. Those guards at the gate. They weren't there to keep people out.
They were there to keep people in. Don't everyone just love ads?
Doesn't look that far. Right. Right-o. Oh. Some help.
Hold on!
Not quite as spry as I used to be.
I'll take that as a thank you.
Look on the bright side. At least you won't get lost.
Oh, all these poor people. What is it this time, John, in the background? Do you have any advice for people going to see Madame Web? How come you're not mad at Sony for defiling your, Do I have any... No, I was asking, the Emperor John, the other John, that we know. He's on Discord talking to me through one ear. So if you have any questions for him, I will relay them. I was seeing if you had advice for you of how to make it less painful with John Garrett. Whoa! Well, it is interesting that even without the Spider-Man license, they're trying to make their own Spider-Verse.
I see they replaced that wooden door with something a little more sturdy. On the count of 3.
What happened to 2?
Ask 1.
Once more.
Aye, seeing as you're trying now. As if that was going to keep us out.
Well, Shadow, he's doing us all a favor, and he'll be the first in the community to tell us how bad it is.
Just up ahead.
It's okay to have a sacrificial lamb every now and then, John Garrett, taking the help from everyone.
Unless someone's moved it.
I wouldn't know on that one.
There's no one about.
A Marvelized DC movie?
I knew it would be big. But this...
There. That's our way into the inner sanctum.
I get you, John Garrett.
You'd think they'd have patched that up by now. Sorry state the Empire's in.
Wait. You don't mean...
Aye. My little game of hide-and-seek with Bahamut ended here. At tragic cost to this remarkable architecture. Don't blame me, he started it.
But how did you make it out alive?
I walked. You should try it.
Oh, no.
Them again.
Is there something you two want to tell me?
Maybe later.
Oh, there won't be a later.
How could those creatures from Phoenix Gate be here in the mines?
Are the two places connected somehow?
Ultima! It's funny how an attack is considered a villain. But at the same time, the villain looks like Necron from in the final battle from FF9. Ah! A leech! It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
When I was in the Imperial Army, soldiers assigned to the Glass Gate would tell stories about something they called the Guardian.
Can't say I saw anything like that when I was last here. Then again, I can't say I made it this far.
Let's just be careful then. Where did that come from?
If I had to guess...
Poor beast. Another victim of the flood.
Well, if it's a fight he wants.
Ready, Clive?
Always.
Hey, JRPG King.
Clive, look out!
It's called Carterize. Ah. I'm free somewhat. You needed me. Everyone, New Game Plus kills monsters like that. Oh. That's fine. I'll contact you when this is over.
Are you alright?
Fine.
The inner sanctum lies just beyond. Chances are the palace guard knows we're here. We should move. Not that any sane commander would send his men into a place awash with this much ether. Clive. If this all works, and the blessing fades, things are likely to get worse for our kind before they get better. Being the last to wield ether will make our talents that much more sought after, by which I mean hunted. I just hope, in the end, they'll see that we didn't have any other choice. That it was the only way to get us to a better place.
And here I was thinking I was the uncertain one.
Besides, this is one of the best written Cids in the series that I've liked.
Three of us have faith in you.
Apart from FF7 Cid.
Then it all starts here. Time to earn that menacing title. Cid the Vicious, was it?
Is it funny that they had to wait to infiltrate in a brothel, everybody?
We're almost there. Anyone having second thoughts?
Not me.
We're with you to the end, Cid.
Then what are we waiting for?
Which game is that?
It's beautiful.
The heart of Sambrek.
Well, that didn't work. I think we're gonna need a bigger sword.
Mine's bigger.
Thank you, Clive, but I meant that figuratively. The core's clearly made of sterner stuff. Taya's going to have a fit when she hears about this. Stand back. It's about to get cramped in here.
He's going Super Saiyan!
That's more like it.
Clive, look.
What is that? Cid! Ifrit. I need Ifrit. us without you.
Mythos or Logos?
Where are you?
Hold on.
Now we're in a battle of the Mindscape, because it's Naruto.
Where the hell am I? I've been here before.
Typhoon has been repelled, since Lynch shall not go unpunished.
You again. Where are you? What do you want? Fuck. He's still alive.
It's Spectres!
What else can he do? That power isn't yours.
I do like the music in this game.
This is mine. I remember now. I am fire. I am Ifrit!
Did I mention I had the ability to one-shot him?
It's done. How many more could there be? Oh, fuck.
These have become kaiju fights!
As you wish.
I mean, come on, kid, nobody tell me this isn't like a Attack on Titan kaiju fight, audience. Mhm. Typhoon vanquished. The wonders of New Game Plus.
Clive.
Well, enjoy your nap.
You're wounded.
This, it's only a scratch. All right, the hole.
We'll find you a healer.
Here. No, you won't. I know who you are. And if you think I'm gonna let you have him... think again.
Sid.
One left. That'll do me.
I love it. He has to have one cigar like Big Boss.
Try not to talk.
Clive. For so long, I thought I had all the answers. But then I met you. And I learned it wasn't a good death we should be fighting for, but a better life. It's all very well, a man reclaiming his fate. But if he can't choose how he meets it, what's the point? So, I made a choice.
Don't do this!
The rest is in your hands. The Crystal's blessing is a prison, Clive. And if it's an outlaw the world needs to help it break free...
Stop. Please.
I can think of none better.
than you.
In ashen grip, let ember glow, to kindle flames anew.
How the hell did you get here so quick, Joshua?
I'm sorry, Clive. Had I arrived but a moment sooner. Do you remember me, boy? I saw you protect them. That was very brave. I know you're there, Ultima.
You have learned our name. What else have you learned, Phoenix?
My travels have revealed much about you and your ambitions. I know that it was you who tore me from my brother. And I know that it is his power that you seek. But know this. If you want him, you'll have to go through me.
Very well.
Breath of mine ancestors, fill these lungs that I may dispel the songs of suffering.
A disturbance.
They made him look like the space jockeys from Prometheus.
My brother! Alone! This is getting us nowhere.
We agree. No more games, Phoenix. We have come to claim our vessel.
And I said no.
These flames are nothing. You will know what it is to burn.
Yours is a fleeting form. I'm not fool enough to think I can harm you. But to protect my brother, I don't have to.
These are not flames of destruction.
Have you forgotten already who I am? Just try and get to my brother now. Fiend.
I imagine this kingdom is going to be pissed that their crystal was destroyed. Ah! The barkeep! Ah! Gav! My favorite character!
Gav, we've got to go!
Not without this!
I love the one thing Gav wants the most out of there is the little rock that they pledged their oath to continue on.
Sid is not among the dead. Shall I send a Stolas?
That won't be necessary.
And there goes the hideaway, our base and home.
Fuck me! Where the hell are you, Sid? Where the hell are you?
The finest silks from the master weavers of Randalar. Come, feel its softness.
Chocobo
Make a nice
steaks,
gift for your
chocobo
wife.
sausage, all from greens-fed farm birds. None of the old courses you'll find elsewhere. Here, take a bite.
I've got peppers and peas, beans and beets. If it goes in a pot, I've got the lot.
Curatives, restoratives,
Look all you like, sir. It's all fresh. Picked this very morning.
Restoratives, unguents, ointments, poultices, harmatives, curatives, restoratives, unguents, ointments, poultices. Might I interest you in a potion, milady? Perhaps a soothing salve to ease the aches of the road? I'm sorry. I wish you well, but may the mothers guide you. Calmatives, curatives, restoratives, unguents, ointments, poultices. Calmatives, curatives, restoratives.
They did a 5-year time skip. I'm not going to go on a tangent rant of why big time skips are stupid.
It's good to see you, Sid.
What have we learned?
The bearers are locked up in an old courthouse on the edge of town. And I hardly need tell you who is there.
Which would make Clive 33 at this point.
Kupka's private guard.
It's a trap. And not a very good one at that.
Another? What does he hope to gain from this?
I'll have the captives free before nightfall.
You do nothing of the sort. Our comrades didn't give their lives for you to get your throat slit in a god's forsaken slum.
So those in the courthouse should be left to suffer.
That's not what I said. I simply meant it doesn't have to be you who frees them.
Look, it's a trap. I'm gonna go anyway. It's a trap!
You're as stubborn as the old Sid was. Just don't say I didn't warn you. You're Sid now, and if anything happens to him, we're finished.
I would say the writing dips and dives in this game. First act, which we had all the way up to Sid's Steps, really good and steady writing. And then right here's where it just takes a small dip, and then it goes up, it dips. Because from Act 1, we have solid writing. Then we have, goes down a little bit, then it goes up a little bit, up, then down a little bit. It does this dip and dive thing from the writing after Act 1. Everyone.
You have to believe us. We'd help you if we could.
So I can't say this technically has an entire game of bad writing. Oops, forgot you were on the line.
I don't mean to offend.
Quiet, you!
No sign of Hugo.
I'll wager he thinks as highly of his minions' traps as we do.
Then this should be easy.
Don't hurt us. I beg of you.
Quiet means quiet, branded scum.
It's going to be all right. I'm here to even the odds. Any objections?
It's him, the outlaw. Sid's here.
Notice he uses his thunder power instead of his fire.
Come on.
Because Sid's become more of a title than the person.
Go. Summon the others. The bearers.
Safe.
Sid dies here. Outlaws in here. Bring me his head.
How many are there?
Titan sends his regards. It's over. Enough of this! Let him play with the kitten! They brought a pet.
pay for what you've done, Sid.
Those things are fast.
We'll have to be faster.
Did I mention my character's ludicrously broken? Talking to the audience.
To hell with this!
They'll tell Hugo.
Let them. There's been more than enough bloodshed for one day.
Uh-oh.
Murderer. All of our friends are dead because of you. Do you hear me? They used us as bait. Bait to lure you out of your stinking hole, all because you couldn't just let things be.
What are you even doing here? We never asked to be saved. Did you think we'd thank you? They'll never forgive us. We're all marked now.
For 5 years we fought to secure a better life for our kind. To see that we are treated as equals. Do you not want that?
What we want is to be left alone. Every time you show your faces, it is we who suffer.
It's all right. I'm sorry.
I forgot who said it. It was a quote from someone. I could have saved more slaves, but they only knew they were slaves. Was the quote.
Just leave us be. This is our home, and this is where we'll stay.
Sid told us this wouldn't be easy. They'll come round.
If you say so.
Yeah, the Clive makes a point. Sid point blank told them it wouldn't be easy. People are not going to accept the fact that they're going to be busting up crystals and the world's going to be without magic. As a matter of fact, busting that one crystal kind of messes up the status quo because now there's less crystals in the world that are already being made, and now put more strain on the bearers, making people use bearers more often and a lot of others. And that's not putting into the factor. Some people don't want to be, well, normalcy biased or something, but don't know about that, John Garrett. It was always the first one was designed the way it was, but there's also things like not everybody wants their ideology. It's like go take it elsewhere, and the reason they're mad at him is because they know if they don't take his offer, they're marked dead anyway. I mean, it's a no-win scenario for those bearers there. I mean, I could go on a tangent of complete ideology. This is, but it does go to the sign of good writing to a degree. We never asked you to save us. Now, because you saved us, our lives are going to be worse. Is basically what it sounds like. Sounds like real life. And they made another place in the Blighted Lands. This time, we live on an airboat.
That night 5 years ago, we destroyed what for many was a symbol of hope. For a reason they'll never know. We cannot blame them for thinking us the cause of their misery. Though it's to give them a better tomorrow, they see only that we've made their lives harder today. Yet the boil must be lanced if it is to heal.
I can't help but wonder if we've made the right choice.
When Sid said that he wanted to create a world where we were free. Free to choose our own path. I honestly don't think it mattered to him if that choice was right or wrong. Only that it was our own.
I miss him.
A world where we can live and die as equals. That's what he wanted. What we want. And that's why I bear his name. It's why we've all chosen to bear his legacy. And I'm not going to let anything stand in our way.
Ride's over, lovebirds. Home sweet home.
I love this. Like, everybody in the hideaway kind of accepts that they are an item, which is hilarious, by the way. Voice acting? A lot. Real life? Not so much. John Garrett. And our hideaway now is a fallen ship in the Blighted Land Sea. Which, can I just say how badass that is?
Otto was asking after you. Let's go and see him.
Never a dull moment.
Otto will want to know what happened in Cosmos. I expect he'll be in the mess.
So you took an old architecture ship and made it into this, which is awesome! I might have to change the thumbnail to the ship.
Look, it's Sid.
Stayed long this time.
And a lot of stuff opens up that in this thing once you have the ship.
Oh, there you are, Clive. Word of your adventures arrived this morning. Victor sends his thanks.
I doubt Kupka will miss the force. No one seems keen to join hands with an outlaw. Any news while we were away?
None worth mentioning.
Oh, the point makes is as they destroy the crystals, things are going to get harder and people are going to hate it.
If anyone needs me, I'll be in the map room.
Still can't work that one out. There must be better places than the hull of a gutted airship to bury your nose in a book.
Yet this is where she's chosen to be. And I'm sure she has her reasons.
Look, there's the Moogle!
Have you finished sorting those reports?
Vivian Ninetails, which is actually funny that this is what that woman's called.
Back from your mission? I'm beginning to think your habit of surviving cannot be attributed to luck alone.
One might say the same of you, Vivian Ninetails.
Also, Vivian's name from the Lady of the Lake in Arthurian Legends.
And none was especially memorable. So, to what do I owe the honor? Could it be that you've come for one of my lessons?
Is that so hard to believe?
Although it's not uncommon for Final Fantasy writers to borrow names from mythological legends.
To absolutely no one's surprise, she finds herself at the mercy of armies and outlaws. Well, mostly armies. Though that's not for want of trying, is it, Clive? But the real question is, how did we get here?
Now here's where she's going to exposition everything from 5 years practically.
Recent days have seen the Blight wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash. And the Empire pays dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambraquois boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the crystalline Dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly, there is no better place to stage an army. From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind.
And how is it for 5 years we've remained in a stalemate?
The Kingdom of Waloed. And of course, our friends in Yaran. Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
Bit of the inconsistency when the lore here, but hey, I'm not going to complain too much.
Do you not fear for your home?
Oh, dark clouds are wont to gather over the Dominion. Yet in spite of it all, she has ever endured. And when the storm has passed, I am confident she will remain. Now, as to the matter of payment for today's lesson, complete a simple errand for me and we shall consider ourselves even.
Even? Right.
Return this volume to old tomes in the shelves. Tell him it was adequate.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to visit our resident historian.
It's worth noting that this hideaway opens up a shit ton of stuff. Because it has one of my favorite mechanics, base building.
A name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
On Gods and Men. It's the book.
Ready? Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same. But alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts. That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at Drake's Head. But without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less. I am sorry.
Please, don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates. See if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old...
That's me opening something in the background.
Not too tired to go filching Kubo nuts, though. Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as Moogles.
Okay, are you being biased and saying no such thing as Moogles when there's a Moogle right on the board?
The twins seem well.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them. However well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night. From some more than others. And the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day.
Bag of food is what I opened. It's actually interesting when it comes to those twins. Those twins that you just saw were born and raised in the Hideaway, which you saw early in Act 1, which is basically a place where everybody's seen as equal. They were raised in a non-biased environment where bears aren't looked down upon, which should be the natural state of twins, the actual continent twins. So that's funny what they're referring to those two twins. You can see it as parallel to what twins, the continent, should be like. I'm not going to go into the complete ideologies of that, but that's fairly interesting when it comes to those two twins. Is they're raised in an environment where bears are not looked down upon, but, you know, they live in a world where that is the thing. But because of this giant community Sid created, they don't have to live in that world.
Not back a blink and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Otto stole us. All right, I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
To quote Shepard, I'll sleep when I'm dead.
What could Gav have thought worthy of a letter?
That one has blood on it. And what can I do for you? Well, you won't hear me complaining. The only drawback... Still... Going purse weighing you down? You'll not find a better price than that.
No, I'm mainly using my money to buy one of everything.
It'd better all be here. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
What do you need? So, what'll it be?
Yeah, certain things in this game are entirely Oh wait, I didn't upgrade Travelers bands number 2?
That should do you.
No, I don't want to equip it. I just want to make sure I have it. Oh, I have 2 of the original blades. Okay.
That it? Fine.
Have you been to the toll? I hear an issue. Oh, no. I still know her for the hairpin of my wife.
Oh, it's also worth noting, removing that thing on Clyde's face is extremely painful. It's actually, if you try to remove it, you will actually die because there's wyvern poison in it. It's only specialists, like if you're a certain specialist, should know how to remove it. Gotta go check my desk. The Republican army marches on the Empire of Twin Side Mandible Rock. Have been summoned to the front. Something big is brewing. I reckon is down upon my first return.
What
What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kupka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance. The one we've been waiting for.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an icon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
He did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima. If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does. To a world without mother crystals. To Sid.
Imagery on the map where one mother crystal was and it no longer is. Meanwhile, Joshua's with Jotei.
And so the North is lost.
I knew that the Blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more. The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
Master Clive, a moment, if you... my apologies, I didn't mean to... intrude.
We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well. What would make Martha leave the rest?
Why would Martha leave the rest? I would wonder. I can see a lot of problems with the West. Buying bearers, putting them out to mercy, the hospice thing.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial blood was spilled. Bones were broken. The summer in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastport, the Empire's been tightening its grip around the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
A couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should help speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
Have you finished sorting those reports yet?
I gotta wait a minute to get that ability. Here, we have all these abilities here that I do not have. Only mastered D3. Okay. Wait, I see a little green dot. Green dot means side quest. Where's side quest? Green dot? Green dot!
Finish with that lot. Welcome back, Sid.
Damn blighted. Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's rosy.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry will keep eating away at the timber like young Tet does our lemon tarts. Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the... assuming we had any, doubt the old...
Your skiff is our only meat.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in...
Sounds easier than felling a faraway...
Never been to Curltail Falls myself.
No mass side quests, it's just the one right now. So I'll do this one before I cut the stream. Since I did say I was doing side quests. Like everyone that we can get our hands on. Yeah, the North does not have it so well. The Blight has taken a lot of things. The Blight!
Easier than felling a forest, I said. Trees don't have teeth.
It's over. Enough.
I can't imagine Obelisk needing any more than this. Time to head home.
With that long back, Sid.
Well, did you find me some wax? Find is one way of putting it. Ugh! Reeks like a chocobo's arse. Well, I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the way. Argo? So your boat has a name? I didn't know. Yeah. Same as my old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the Blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thank...
Base building mechanic! The more side quests you do, the bigger your base gets. I love base building mechanics. And why is there only 10 renown when I did a whole bunch of shit? Okay. Well, that's all for today's episode. I'll see you all later on another episode of the Funded Run, where we'll be doing more side quests along with the main story. Oops, hit the wrong button. Sorry about the blue screen. But enjoy yourselves. I hope you enjoy the VOD.